Hey everybody, Wild Man Wes here.
And I'm Hefe.
And welcome to What's Your Poison's 24 Beers of Christmas, where we review 24 beers from the Iowa Craft Beer Tent Advent Beer Calendar, and we decide whether or not they make the naughty or the nice list. We've had some pretty good ones. We've had some ones, but let's just get the next beer and see what we got.
Day 17.
It's only 17. This is a new brewery. This is from Jackson Street Brewing. Where's this from?
Hey, new brewery is in Jackson Street since 2015, so 10 years old.
What I mean is one for our channel.
Sure, yeah.
Sioux
absolutely.
City, Iowa.
Sioux City, cool.
Brother Jack's Bach. We haven't had a Bach on this channel in a while, other than Jerry Vantini on the Beer Versus, link in the description below.
I like Bachs.
Oh yeah. Smooth and malty German style Bach with a touch of sweetness, cold fermented and lightly hopped.
Made with German malt, hops, and lager yeast.
Is this gonna be like a rival to Rock Out with My Bach Out?
Oh,
That was from our very first episode.
That was a very...
Oh.
I remember that beer so long ago.
It's been over 6 years.
6 years?
I know.
Kids have been born since then.
Yeah, including my own. Ooh, this is nice. Dark copper.
Yep.
Yeah, very
That's
nice.
perfect.
Oh,
Yeah, perfect.
beautiful. Pour yourself a little more. I think there's... Oh, yeah, there we go. Pour that in there.
Look at that pour.
It's beautiful. I don't know if I want to drink it now because it looks so beautiful.
It does look really
Oh,
good.
but I
Good
have to drink it.
carbonation.
I'm committed.
Good color.
Oh, it dances. It dancing.
It smells like beer. Not like something pretending to be beer, which is nice.
Yep. Very, I would say, medium malt.
Yeah. It's definitely got a sweetness to it, even on the nose.
I'm wondering, the lager yeast on this, on a 3 sniff, I'm getting almost like a bitterness of like barley.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Oh. Smooth.
That's really good.
Oh.
That's really good.
Yeah.
When you talk about Bachs in general, like a lot of that sweetness comes from the booziness. And they intended it as well. That touch of sweetness that they say in the description. It's definitely, I would say it's more on the American side of like, say, a Bach style. I'm getting no bitterness at all, which is totally understandable.
Only on the nose feel with the, like that kind of the yeast, but not in a bad way. It's just.
But it does. The finish is dry, so it's not super sweet. It's just sweet enough. This isn't delectable. What was the ABV? We didn't even say.
I think, was it 5? No,
6%.
Yeah, 6%.
I've kind of enjoyed that all of these have been like on the same level of ABV, and nothing's like 13 all of a sudden.
Well played. Well, time to grade this beer.
This is wow. All right.
Oh, big exclamation point! Nice.
Yeah. I'm on the same page. It's nice. This is a nice beer. This is exactly what I would hope for from anyone saying that they're brewing from the style in general. Slightly sweet, malty beer, German style. I did that lager yeast. It's hitting all the marks. It's got a really good. It's just a little translucent there. It's pretty good. It's just really good.
I enjoy this.
It's exactly what I would expect from a Bach. So
I'm going to savor this as best as I can because I do have to go back over to the Iowa side for another movie review. But before that,
yes.
I need to go get myself a stocking because,
Take that to Becca. Tell her I said hi.
I sure will. Now we move on to the movie review portion of this episode. As you can see, the good wife Becca is joining me alongside Toby. Say hi, old fella. Hello. This is fitting, though, with Toby being here, because today's movie review is on 2016's A Puppy for Christmas. This movie is about a journalist named Noelle who for all of her life always wanted a puppy. However, due to given circumstances, her parents, or life in general where she lived, didn't allow it. But eventually she decides she's going to get a puppy whether anybody likes it or not, including her boyfriend, Todd, who is allergic to everything. When she gets the puppy, she realizes she bit off more than she can chew, pun intended, because this puppy is just a nightmare, causing chaos, wreaking havoc, to the point where her boyfriend Todd says, I can't deal with this, we need to take a break. And while she is living in the office, one of her coworkers, Liam, says, hey, why don't you come with me and spend Christmas at my family's house? When they get to his family's house, Liam's family sees that he has a woman with him. They think it's the fiance that nobody ever sees. They have to literally explain everything of what's going on. And Noelle gets to learn a little bit more of the family, how they have a tree farm that is under foreclosure. And she sees that this family has a lot of love and just admiration for Christmas and in general, just about life. And this helps her because her main piece that she's trying to work on right now is the perfect marriage, which is ironic because of the fact that she herself is not married. Much like at the apartment with Todd and the chaos ensuing there with her puppy, it happens at the tree farm. However, Liam's family is a lot more accepting and understanding because they train and raise huskies, and Liam is a dog trainer apparently. Liam shows Noelle that he has such a love for dogs. They build a bond, and while they're having their nice little bond, Todd is back in the big city thinking maybe I made a mistake of breaking up with Noelle. He wants to find out where she is. When they do meet up again, Noelle finds out that Todd is the one who's brokering the deal for the foreclosure of the tree farm. While Noelle and Liam's family are figuring out how to save the tree farm, they do. The grandpa's late wife had something known as moose feed in the books. That was actually a rainy day fund. They find the money, they tell Todd to hit the bricks. Noelle and Liam live happily ever after with another puppy on the way. That's pretty much the movie. I'd give you more details, but it is on Tubi, so go to your local streaming service and watch that show.
Okay, bye, Tobes.
Bye-bye, buddy.
He's got important dog things to do, apparently.
Mm-hmm. It's time to talk about what we like and what we don't like about this movie. Let's talk about what we don't like first. Becca, how about you start us off?
It wasn't about a puppy. Yes, a puppy's in there, but the name was very misleading, and before anybody says anything about it, no, I don't read the descriptions. I look at the pretty picture and decide if I want to watch it or not. It failed me again.
Oh, yeah.
In all fairness, though, like, there is a lot of things that really annoyed me when it came down to the dog part of this. For one, it's a puppy. If you're going to get a puppy, be prepared. Do your research. For her wanting a dog her entire life, she had absolutely zero idea, which just bugs me as a dog trainer. I also was disappointed with the number of times that it was mentioned that Liam was a dog trainer.
This is why I'm glad we picked this movie, because Becca is a certified dog trainer.
They mentioned it several times that he's a certified trainer or he's this great dog trainer, and yet they never show him training. They see one instance where he tells the dog to sit. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So I had a lot of issues with this movie personally when it comes to the dog side. I was also really annoyed that they emphasized that cockapoos are hypoallergenic. If you want a hypoallergenic dog, get a poodle. Not every doodle is hypoallergenic. Higher chance, but they're not all hypoallergenic. That made me mad. There's my high horse. I named him Chico.
Yep, so Hefe and I are not the only ones on this series that have high horses and get on soapboxes. I agree with Becca on a lot of things because of the fact is, I, on the outside looking in, do not really know all the ins and outs of training dogs. Seeing how she presents herself as a dog trainer with her clients, I see so much more than what is wrapped up in a BS concept in a half hour with an hour movie. Yes, I backtracked that a little bit just because my brain is literally just rowing because of the concept of this. Even as she said, I looked at the title description. It says a dog trainer, and I thought Becca would love this movie. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
You know, it makes us dog trainers look like we just have this magical gift. And it's not necessarily a magical gift so much as it is that we understand the canine brain and how to make the brain do what we want the brain to do. No. And it annoys me that I feel like it makes dog trainers look like they don't work hard.
And they absolutely do.
Trust me.
As I said, on the outside looking in, I see how much work and experience a lot of these dog trainers do, my wife included.
It just really bugged me.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
But you could be if you learned it. It just happens to be my specialty.
One day at a time, one treat at a time. I'm going to talk about a little bit what I don't like. A lot of it has to deal with the acting in this. Now, we have talked about acting in these types of movies, whether it's supposed to be over the top or completely serious. I have been perplexed about this because there are moments where this movie is very sincere, especially with characters like Liam's grandfather, who talks about his late wife and how much he and his late wife really loved each other through the ups and downs. A lot of other people in this world, in relationships, us included, can relate to that. Because yes, we do have our ups and downs. And the things that the grandfather says really sends the message home about love, because Noelle uses his story as her piece for the long-lasting, never-ending marriage, basically. And then you look at all the other characters, and you've got the male characters that seem either just complete free-spirited hippies or just aloof, money-grubbing jerks. And then you've got the women in this cast. There's only one that really, has a... Well, no, there's two. There's Noelle's friend, who is pretty much a young cub, scouring, just... hornball. We're just going to say that, hornball. And then we have the sister of Liam, who is of the community, that tries to really flirt with Noelle and try to remind her that she don't need no man.
Oh, it wasn't even flirting. It was way too blatant.
Yeah, it was very blatant. I mean, let's put it this way. Lifetime movies, I need to say I don't give them enough credit when it comes to the stereotype for this movie. Hoofa. But we digress, so we're going to move along. Let's talk about what we like about this film. Becca?
The puppy was cute.
Yeah, the puppy was cute.
I do have to say, the grandfather's story was super sweet, though, and it was very sincere, and it was one of those heart-jerking moments that it was kind of... That could be us.
Who's chopping onions?
I mean, it was very, very stereotypical... That cookie cutter, this is, that what's going to happen.
Right.
And they played that up well for what it is.
I do agree with Becca when we mention about Liam's grandfather being so heartfelt sentiment about his story about love and loss. And part of me, on my end, I feel that the actor that plays Liam's grandfather in this, there's this little inkling that maybe the actor that plays him might have experienced this type of loss in real life and maybe pulled from that in his performance in this, because while I was watching it, I literally was wondering, is this acting or is this real? Because his performance was not sugary sweet or cookie cutter or whatever you want to call it. Sorry, folks. That beer that I had earlier with Hefe is starting to get to me, and yeah, I'm drinking another one, so what, right?
Just gotta save one for the wife.
Right. And as much as I was making a conniption about the stereotypes about certain people and certain groups earlier about being just incompetent, Todd definitely, I would say, deserves the incompetent stereotype in this one, because all he cares about is money, and the worst thing he's worried about is his company repossessing his watch. And I was just sitting there going, doesn't that make you think of other people that we see on TV most days? I'm gonna waffle a little bit because the concept of the ill-behaved dog and misbehaved dog, I've talked about in other reviews about taking liberties and either ripping it off or not. This movie definitely has a quasi taking liberties and ripping off Beethoven. This movie really felt like Christmas Beethoven. It really did.
With less dogs.
Yes. We should probably grade this because Becca does need to get back to bed because she's very, very sleepy. I can tell. She's already in her onesie. And we don't want to wake up the kiddo, and especially with me being as toasty as I am and making sure that Hefe's not waiting too long. Grading. Becca, what do you grade this movie?
I'm gonna go with a C-.
C-.
And a lot of that is because of the grandfather, and as cheesy as it is, the grace that Liam's family shows Noel. Because I think that's important. And it's hard to remember this time of year sometimes.
I agree, and I will do a unanimous with you on this one, C-, because I've been watching a lot of movies that have been considered bad, worst, yada yada yada. And looking at the list that we picked just on random for this series, I even bit off more than I can chew. And especially when it came to the special of Family Guy, that has become a stigma where I'm starting to realize, wow, a lot of these movies really fit that cookie cutter template. But Liam's grandfather definitely saved this movie by leaps and bounds. We hope you enjoyed our slightly incoherent rambling on A Puppy for Christmas. If you've seen this movie and had the beer from earlier and agree with us, leave a thumbs up, and if not, we understand. Otherwise, make sure you share on social media, but most importantly, push that subscribe button. Toby's watching you, by the way. Also, make sure you check out our boy Hefe at Beer You Beer Me, as well as Beard Wizard Band for all their beer-related content. Until then, I'm Wildman Wes.
I'm Rebecca.
And this is Toby. And we will see you next time on What's Your Poison's 24 Beers of Christmas. And a movie. See you soon.